Hello, welcome back to My Italian Kitchen. Today I am going to teach you how to make a variation of yesterday's recipe. Yesterday we made pasta with peas. Today we're going to make a carb lover's delight, pasta with potatoes. You're going to start in the same way as yesterday. You'll have your pan and you'll heat it on medium heat and put the oil in to coat the bottom of the pan and bring that up to temperature. Once this is hot, you're going to add bacon. Love my bacon. So I have my 2 slices of chopped bacon, and then you're going to add half of a chopped onion into small pieces because it needs to cook down. And then I use my microplane today to shred up some celery and carrots. So I have it nicely shredded small. You can also use your knife skills and chop it up real small, or you can use a small Cuisinart type of thing to chop up your vegetables small. So once this is warm, we're going to add in the bacon, the onion, the carrots and celery. And you're going to go ahead and let that begin to sizzle and sweat out all the liquids that are in the vegetables. So give that a stir and let that cook for a few minutes. Okay, so once the vegetables have started to wilt and the onion has started to turn translucent and maybe even a little bit golden, the bacon is rendering its fat. At that point, you need to add a little bit of tomato. So if you have some tomato, like a small tomato or 2, you can just chop it up and add it. If not, you can use like a tablespoon of tomato paste. When I open up a big can of tomato paste, if I don't use it all, I will freeze it in ice cube trays, and then you could add like 1 ice cube or 1 tablespoon of tomato paste. Or I have a jar of tomatoes that I canned. It's only half a jar, so I'm going to take a tablespoon, 2 tablespoons, well, tablespoon and a half of that, and let that cook off a little bit before proceeding. So we're just going to give it a good spin. Remember, you don't want the vegetables to stick to the bottom. You don't want anything to burn, so you want to keep an eye and keep stirring it as that cooks down. Alright, at this point, once the tomatoes have started to look cooked and are softening and releasing their juices into this oily sauce, now you're ready to add in your diced potatoes. So you want to estimate about 1 large, not huge, but hand-sized potato per person. So I have 2 potatoes here that I have diced up into bite-sized pieces. So we're going to add that in, and you want to give that a good stir so that the potatoes get coated with this oil that has been infused with all these delicious aromatics. Just cook that for just a minute or 2, constantly stirring so as to not have it stick on the bottom. And then at that point, you can add in your water. So I have about 3 cups of water here. It's not cold. I just used warm water from the tap. I'm going to add that in. Bring that to a boil. So give it a little stir. Might have to put the lid on it to speed things up. You want to boil the potatoes till they're just done. And then we'll proceed from there. Be sure that you salt your potatoes as they're cooking. And remember, when they come up to fork doneness, you can stick a fork in it and you can pierce a potato with the fork. Then you are ready to add your pasta and cook like you did yesterday. I'm going to leave mine here because I'm actually not going to make my pasta till later on. I'm readying my dish. I have a full afternoon, so I'm readying my dish now so that when we're ready to sit down and eat, all I have to do is bring the water back up to a boil, dump the pasta in, cook it the same way. You don't cook the pasta separately, you cook it in this very flavorful water. And you want the dish to kind of dry up a little bit before you put the pasta in. So it's a very fine balance between just enough water to cook the pasta, but not too much water that it's going to be too soupy. Another thing you can do is, if you like, I don't care for the taste of cheese in my food. I know I'm a bad Italian, but what a lot of Italian mothers do is they will save the Parmesan rind. So they grate down all the Parmesan and they save the rind. The rind is edible, and you can dump the rind in here and it will cook and become a creamy, it will add that Parmesan flavor and make it a little creamier. The potatoes will also release their starches and make this a creamy dish as well. So I hope you give it a try. Let me know what you think, and buon appetito!